Hi everyone, it's me AMARIJASZ and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why men make the best fashion designers. Is it true? Is it not true? Do they just have it their way? Do they just have the resources? Or do they just look from a different perspective? We're definitely going to be talking about it today. So if you're interested, keep watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and turn on those post notifications. And yeah, we're going to dive right into it. Fashion is a reflection of society's perceptions, desires, and ideals, and it has historically been shaped by the dual forces of the male and female gaze. In the context of fashion, the male gaze refers to the way in which women are often depicted, dressed, and styled through the perspective of a heterosexual man, emphasizing physical attributes that appeal to male desires. Conversely, the female gaze is an alternative framework that centers women's perspectives, desires, and ways of self-expression. In both cases, these concepts influence the way women dress, how they are dressed by designers, and how fashion evolves over time. In the fashion world, the role of male designers has been significant, with many of the most iconic and influential fashion houses being run by men. Despite this, the fashion industry has also seen a rise in female designers, who bring a different perspective to the creation of women's clothing. In this video, we'll explore the dynamics of the male and female gaze in fashion, the traditional views men have about how women should dress, and why male designers are often considered dominant in shaping women's fashion. And we'll also examine the impact male designers have had on the evolution of women's fashion and highlight key moments when they changed the course of fashion history. What is the male gaze? The male gaze is a concept that originated in film theory but has since been applied to many other areas, including fashion. The term was first coined by feminist film critic Laura Mulvey in her 1975 essay, Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema. Mulvey argued that in classic Hollywood films, women are often objectified and depicted in a way that reflects the desires of heterosexual men. This idea has since been expanded to encompass how women are viewed, portrayed, and dressed in a wide range of media, including fashion. In fashion, the male gaze manifests in the way women's clothing is designed to emphasize traits that are traditionally considered attractive to men, such as tight silhouettes, plunging necklines, and high hemlines. The male gaze often dictates that women should dress in a way that is appealing to male viewers, rather than dressing for themselves or other women. This approach has been criticized by feminists and fashion critics alike for reducing women to objects of male desire and limiting their opportunities for self-expression. What is the female gaze? The female gaze, in contrast, offers an alternative way of looking at and designing for centers on women's perspective, desires, and experiences, allowing for more diverse and representation of femininity. The female gaze is less concerned with appealing to male desires, more focused on empowering women, making them feel comfortable, confident, and expressive clothing choices. In fashion, the female gaze often results in designs that prioritize comfort, practicality, and self-expression over the traditional standards of beauty dictated by the male gaze. Designers who adopt the female gaze are more likely to create clothing that reflects the diversity of women's bodies and experiences, challenging the narrow standards of beauty perpetrated by the male gaze. The female gaze also encourages more inclusive and body-positive fashion, celebrating women of all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds. The traditional view of how men want women to dress. Traditionally, men have preferred women to dress in a way that emphasizes their physical attributes, particularly those that are associated with fertility and sexuality, such as narrow waist, wide hips, and a full bust. This preference is reflected in the fashion industry, where many male designers have created clothing that accentuate these traits through the use of tight silhouettes, low necklines, and high hemlines. Historically, women's fashion has been designed to enhance their appearance in a way that is pleasing to the male gaze. For example, the corset, a garment that cinches the waist and accentuates the bust and hips, was popular in the 19th century and is often cited as an example of how women's fashion has been shaped by men's desire to see women as sexual objects. Similarly, the miniskirt, which became popular in the 1960s, is another example of a fashion trend that reflects the male gaze as it reveals more of a woman's body. However, it is important to note that not all men prefer women to dress in a revealing or overly sexual way. Some men prefer women to dress in a more modest or traditional manner, reflecting cultural or religious values. In these cases, fashion is still shaped by male expectations, but the emphasis is on modesty and respectability rather than sexuality. Why men design women's clothes differently than female designers? Male designers often approach women's fashion differently from female designers because they're designing from a different perspective. While female designers may prioritize comfort, practicality, and self-expression, male designers are more likely to focus on creating clothing that enhances a woman's physical appearance in a way that appeals to the male gaze. This difference in perspective can lead to vastly different design choices. For example, male designers may create dresses that are form-fitting and emphasize a woman's curves, while female designers may opt for looser, more comfortable silhouettes that allow for greater freedom of movement. Similarly, designers may prioritize aesthetics over practicality, creating clothing that looks beautiful but not able to wear, while female designers may prioritize functionality and ease of wear. However, it is important to note that not all male designers adhere to the male gaze in their designs. Male designers, particularly those who have been influenced by feminist thought, create clothing that empowers women and allows them to express themselves in a way that feels authentic and comfortable. Why men make some of the best fashion designers? Despite the differences in perspective between male and female designers, many of the most successful and influential fashion designers throughout history have been men. This can be attributed to several factors, including the historical dominance of men in the fashion industry, the unique perspective that male designers bring to women's fashion, and the ability of male designers to challenge traditional notions of femininity. One reason why male designers have been so successful is that they have historically had more opportunities to succeed in the fashion industry than women. For much of the 20th century, the fashion industry was dominated by men, and women were often excluded from positions of power within fashion houses. As a result, male designers had more resources and opportunities to develop their skills and build successful careers. In addition, male designers often bring a unique perspective to women's fashion because they are designing from an outsider point of view. While women designers may have a more intuitive understanding of what women want to wear, male designers are often able to approach fashion with a fresh perspective, unencumbered by societal expectations about how women should dress. This outsider's perspective allows male designers to take risks and push boundaries in ways that female designers may not. Impactful moments when men change women's fashion. Throughout history, male designers have had a significant impact on women's fashion. Similarly, traditional norms and pushing the boundaries of women can wear. Some of the most impactful moments in fashion history has been the result of male designers who revolutionized the way women dress. One of the most significant moments in fashion history came in the 1920s when French fashion designer Coco Chanel, who worked alongside male contemporaries, introduced the concept of the modern liberated woman. Chanel's designs rejected the restrictive corset and heavy fabrics of the past in favor of looser, more comfortable silhouettes that allowed women greater freedom of movement. This shift in fashion reflected the changing roles of women in society as they gained more importance and began to challenge traditional gender roles. In the 1940s, Christian Dior introduced the new look, which emphasized a woman's hourglass figure with nipped-in waist and full skirts. The look was a departure from the utilitarian fashion war years and marked a return to femininity and glamour in women's fashion. Dior's designs was hugely influential, and the new look became the dominant fashion silhouette of the 1950s. In the 1960s, Yves Saint Laurent made history by introducing the first women's tuxedo, known as Le Smoking. This design challenged traditional notions of femininity by giving women the option to wear traditionally masculine clothing. Saint Laurent's tuxedo became an iconic fashion statement and helped to blur the lines between men and women's fashion. The evolution of fashion designs by male designers. Over the past century, male designers have played a crucial role in shaping the evolution of women's fashion. From the early 20th century, when designers like Paul Poiret and Coco Chanel introduced more comfortable and practical clothing for women, to the bold and experimental designs of the 21st century, male designers have continuously pushed the boundaries of fashion. In the early 20th century, designers like Paul Poiret rejected the restrictive corsets of the Victorian era and introduced more flowing, comfortable silhouettes for women. Poiret's designs were influenced by Orientalism and featured bold colors, loose draping, and exotic fabrics. His work helped to pave the way for more relaxed and practical clothing for women. In the 1960s and 1970s, designers like Yves Saint Laurent and Pierre Cardin introduced bold, futuristic designs that reflected the social and cultural changes of the time. Saint Laurent's work in particular was groundbreaking, as he introduced women to traditionally masculine clothes like tuxedos and tailored suits. His designs helped to blur the lines between men and women's fashion and opened the door for more gender-fluid fashion in the decades to come. In the 1980s and 1990s, designers like Gianni Versace and Jean-Paul Gaultier took women's fashion in a more provocative and experimental direction. Versace's designs were known for their bold colors, daring cuts, and emphasis on sex appeal, while Gaultier's work often incorporated elements of punk, fetishism, and androgyny. Both designers helped to redefine what it meant to be sexy and fashionable in the late 20th century. Conclusion: the fashion industry has been shaped by both male and female gaze, with male designers playing a particularly significant role in defining women's fashion throughout the history. While the male gaze has often emphasized women's physical attributes in ways that appeals to male desires, male designers have also pushed the boundaries of fashion, creating clothing that challenges traditional notions of femininity and empowers women. From the new look of Christian Dior to the gender fluid, male designers have continuously redefined what women can wear and how they dress themselves through fashion. The fashion industry has historically been dominated by men. The rise of female designers and the increasing influence of the female gaze are helping to create a more inclusive and diverse fashion landscape. As the industry continues to evolve, it will be fascinating to see how both male and female designers continue to push the boundaries of fashion and challenge traditional notions of gender, beauty, and self-expression. And I would really appreciate it if you guys would comment down below, who do you think make better designers, male or female? And comment down below why. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. And I'll see you in my next one. Thank you. Mwah. Want more exclusive content and special perks? Join my Patreon today and become part of an even closer community. For just $4.99, my bronze members get a special Bronze Kiss badge, 2 live videos a week, early access to my new videos, and exclusive discounts on my merch. That's 65% off. Upgrade to Silver for $9.99 and get member shoutouts, 4 exclusive videos every month, custom wallpapers, and exclusive GIFs and emojis to use in your live streams. Gold members, you get a custom emojis to use during videos and streams, plus a free birthday gift. Show off that Gold Kiss badge in style. Feeling extra? Go Platinum for $19.99 and be subscriber of the month with shoutouts, a video of your choice posted, and a free gift with every new launch of merch. So what are you waiting for? Pick your level and join my Patreon today for exclusive perks and all the behind the scenes fun. Can't wait to see you there.